Hello and welcome back to Bread Theory. I am your host, Zach. Joining me tonight, off screen as usual, the lovely Miss Amanda. How you doing?
Hey, you guys!
Oh shoot, I gotta plug your mic in.
I see.
My mistake.
Silence the women.
Well, you weren't on the last stream, so I unplugged it. There.
I see.
You want to try that again?
Hello, everyone.
Look lovely. It's much nicer than hey, you guys. She's giving me the stink eye, in case you couldn't feel that even with her off of camera.
You know what?
What
The attitude.
do I know?
Yes, you do.
Anyway, guys, tonight we're going to continue on with The Witcher. Last time we had just met a vampire, Regis.
Regis Philbin?
That was my first thought, but I mean, this was made by a group of Europeans, I think. Czech Republic? I don't remember where.
Regis.
I know, but maybe. Anyway, I gather he's been in previous games. Maybe it is after Regis Philbin. I don't know. He doesn't seem like him, though. And we were hunting another vampire who apparently this Regis has become friends with. And there's more to the story. This other vampire has been murdering a particular group of knights in Toussaint. Toussaint. And I'm gonna bet right now that based on what Regis has said, he's got a good reason for murdering this particular group. Maybe they're not as chivalrous and noble as they have led everyone to believe. So we're gonna find out that we're gonna go meet him in a graveyard. How's that sound?
Sounds great. I love hanging out in graveyards.
And meeting vampires?
Yeah.
All right, well, away we go.
No, I'm scared.
As soon as I can get these screens to switch again.
Switch it! Wiki, wiki, wiki! He's
Switch it, wiki, wiki, wiki. You know, my trademark phrase.
Wow. You know, you're awful cranky for someone who got to have tacos for dinner and came home to homemade cookies.
Yes, Amanda made some delicious bittersweet chocolate cookies. They were so good. Why can I not get it? There we go. There's the switch.
That was very sarcastic.
They were delicious. I was not joking about that. Oh my god. Anyway, I believe we've already checked out this place. I don't think there's anything left to loot in here. Kind of appears that way. So onward we go. Back out into the night.
Anyone making trouble during will be severely punished.
It was a really beautiful city. I stand by my earlier assessment that it's even more beautiful than Novigrad.
Hey, Blondie, who blows your porridge when the bears are out in town?
Notice no witches burning in the middle of the town square. That's nice too. There seem to be a more tolerant folk. But who knows? Who knows what's lurking beneath? Although they got some al fresco dining. That's lovely.
Lurking the peanuts.
Lurking the peanuts? That's a new phrase on me.
Lurking.
Lorkin. Anyway, here we are. Outskirts of town. And now we've gone up too high to jump down. That's not smart of us. Why did we do that? There we go. We got some steep slope sliding from Garalt. See the beautiful vineyards in the distance. These are woods. It looks just like vineyards and sunflowers to me. What do I know? I'm just a simple monster slayer. didn't seem like it was this far. But I've been running quite a ways now. Yeah, I do feel like I need that as my theme music at this moment.
Yeah, I'm helping.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Carol Berta Woods.
So, how was your weekend?
What is lurking out there? Show yourselves, devils. How was my weekend? It was good. We had some fine dining. Do you want to tell the folks about the places we checked out?
Yesterday was a smorgasbord. We started our day off at Hope. And you may have to wait a long ass time if you don't. But they have the most divine coffee and tea drinks and breakfast. It almost makes me believe that there's a God. Yesterday, on that breakfast faded morning, I had a blueberry matcha. We had like blueberry puree in it.
Regis.
Quite nice.
Couldn't have picked some other
And,
place to meet.
Cinnamon roll waffles were quite bussin'. They had candy pecans. Love. I know suckers with pecans. Please give them to me. Zachariah had something with fucking fish.
Is that nice?
Baby. All of the things. And Rollins.
Damn, you're
Well,
ugly.
there you go. I'm gonna tell you what that
I had some lovely smoked salmon on a bagel. That's what I had. Great as always. Can't think of a time I've disliked smoked salmon on a bagel.
Yeah.
And cream cheese. And whatnot. Well, I think next time I'm going to try something different. I want to work my way through their savory menu, and they just have so much
Regis!
to choose from.
Damn it. Locked. No way I got the place wrong. This is it. Gotta be. Gotta be another way in around here.
So then we also ate at Broadway Pizza. Got their deep dish. My opinion, best deep dish in the cities.
But we have some others that I think we need to try.
Like,
Rectangle with Mario's. Because Mario's has Detroit style.
yeah, I don't mind the Detroit style.
Broadway's Chicago style. Except they don't put their sauce on the top, they put it under the cheese. There's something for people to know. I don't want anyone to be alarmed.
Decaying bones. Kikimores must have tunneled into the grave.
Hmm?
Oh yeah, and then dinner. This is my new favorite place.
Kikimores. Plenty around here.
Mostly because I eat like a toddler. But it actually is super good if you like white people food. Merlin's Rest. It's an Irish pub. And they have all sorts of like meat pies, veggie pies, fish and chips, chicken strips, which is like very these are chest. And they have one of my favorites is a black velvet, which is half Guinness, half Strongbow cider. Which sounds gross to some that like, don't knock it till you try it.
It's actually really good. I enjoyed my taste of it that I had. Because you know the dryness of the Strongbow does not clash with the extreme savoriness of the Guinness.
And then today we had crepes a la Zaire.
Yeah.
That was pretty alright. What did you have for lunch today, sir?
I had some ramen.
How was that?
It was garbage, but it was delicious as hell.
Yeah, what did I have for lunch?
What did I make for lunch? I
You
forgot.
didn't make the lunch. I made the lunch.
Oh, what'd you have for lunch?
I made pizza crackers.
Oh, that's right. The pizza crackers and burn your hand.
Yep. That was a thing that happened.
That was the thing that happened. You're right.
Has anybody told you how just like phenomenally helpful you are?
Sorry.
He's not actually sorry, he's just saving that face.
Wow. That's nice.
Agreed to meet a vampire at a cemetery. How much more cliche can you get?
Whatever, you heard it.
Sorry, I'm just meeting
Nothing
the
comes
vampire
readily to
now.
mind.
Could have left the door unlatched.
What of my privacy? I value it rather deeply. Unmolested, especially by unwanted guests, that's my preferred state. Besides, I knew you'd find a way to get in.
True enough. Need to find your friend. I'm hoping you'll agree to help.
I shall do whatever's in my power. Yet what you want or even need must matter little. What matters is what Dettlaff wants. If he does not wish to be found, you will not find him. Ever. End of story.
Come on. Gotta be some way.
Vampires can evade detection by the senses, and no divination magic works on us. Even the most precise megascope would be useless.
And this? Could this help?
Wherever did you get that?
Off one of the beast's victims, found by a bend in the river. Body was chopped in pieces. 3 of those pieces were hands. Hand with the ring seemed the odd one out. Abruxa had taken an interest in it.
Garalt found a hand. He's gonna track the bad vampire with it. Supposed to be bad vampire. We still don't actually know. That's why we're talking to Regis about it.
It's Dettlaff's hand, without a doubt. It will do splendidly.
Can't you just summon Dettlaff? You're both hired vampires. There's gotta be a way.
If I'm to be entirely candid, there is indeed one. But believe me, we will be better off never availing ourselves of it.
Yeah.
It is a last resort.
No thanks.
Absolutely.
Last resort? The hell? Why?
There is a being who can summon Dettlaff. Possesses the authority, even the power, to force him to appear in a given place. But the very act of contacting this being, well, it's akin to walking a slack line extended over a chasm filled with molten lava. An exercise as perilous to me as it would be to you. A risk I'm unwilling to take. I beg you, let's do it my way. It will be both quicker and easier.
Ring's pretty intriguing. Made of no metal I've ever seen. And the ornamentation.
It comes from our home, where we lived before the conjunction of spheres. It's actually mine. I received it from a dear old friend. You might call him a humanist. He saw us vampires as guests here, guests who owe their hosts, meaning you humans and the elder races, respect.
Respect? Meaning not to treat us like cattle to be slaughtered for food?
Precisely. And the reason why I, in turn, gave it to Detlef. To remind him of the ideals my old friend championed.
The hand. What do you plan to do with it?
You've heard of Kovinaris' theory of tissue memory retention.
Rings a distant bell. Read about it in Alchemia Oblitera. There's a copy at Kaer Morhen, tattered, nearly disintegrated. But if memory serves, Kovinaris never managed to prove it worked.
He did prove it, just never managed to publish his findings. He and I corresponded, you see, after we became friends. Thus, I know he completed his research and performed the first tests. It's complicated, so without delving into details, it is possible to use any piece of tissue to reconstruct what a whole body experienced.
How's it work? We need any special equipment?
We must brew a decoction which Kovinaris gave a rather poetic name, resonance. Once imbibed, it sends one into a trance similar to that induced by narcotics. This triggers visions of events linked to strong emotions experienced by the tissue's owner. Picture it as dreaming a fragment of someone's life.
Any chance we might see what Detlef was doing just before he lost his hand?
Indeed. Though I also hope resonance will reveal the location of Detlef's hideout.
Kovinaris spent half his life
Brew a
proving his
decoction
theory.
and try and summon
I'll
this
guess.
vampire to
Making
talk
a
to
dose
him.
of resonance won't be easy.
You guessed correctly. In addition to Detlef's tissue, we shall need a powerful occipital lobe stimulant. Effectively a poison, to make one susceptible to visions.
Well, got a few ingredients to choose from. Unfortunately, all are pretty rare. There's Mamoon glands, but closest ones I know of are in Vizima. A spotted white saliva would also serve, but they were culled to extinction over a century ago. Could go with a kobold's eyes, but the creatures are sentient. Rather not gouge one's eyes out.
Given that we lack the time to sleuth this out ourselves, permit me to summon some help.
Uh-oh, the hand's alive.
What was that?
A raven? Rather a common sight at this latitude. Very intelligent fowl. I asked him to look for the creatures you mentioned. Him and his brethren. Perhaps they'll find one in the area, and I would hazard that a flock of
This
ravens will
vampire can
spy
talk
any
to
said
ravens.
creature
They do
faster
stuff for
than
him.
a solitary witcher would. With all due respect to your skills, my friend. It will take them some time, nonetheless. So,
Yeah.
perhaps you'd care for a snifter of mandrake.
Rarely say no to a snifter.
Sadly, this is but a weak infusion rather than a proper distillate.
Even better. I remember your mandrake hooch. Made people say things they'd have rather kept to themselves.
Now, what could Garalt of Rivia prefer to keep to himself?
So, think you've set a nice little trap for me? Sorry. Want to get me to confess? Gonna have to try harder.
I love a challenge. In that case, my ears are cocked. What must I do?
How about you get the ball rolling? Reveal one of your secrets. Vampires, intriguing creatures, must lead fascinating lives.
Anything in particular interest you?
Always fascinated me the way vampires can regenerate. A hand growing back is one thing, but Detlef recreating you out of a wet smear? Something else entirely.
A difficult and laborious process, but one that's possible, as my presence proves. But I've heard you too had quite the adventure. They say you lost your memory.
For a bit, but Triss helped me get it back. Actually, pretty damn lucky I only had amnesia.
Yes, you humans are rather buggered in those terms. To strip you of life is, well, it's just plain easy. I've always pitied you in that regard. We vampires are much harder nuts to crack. If a member of another race kills one of us, we can be reborn with a living higher vampire's help. However, if one of our own strikes the deadly blow, death is permanent. There can be no rebirth. One of the chief reasons why vampires long ago swore never to fight one another.
Got a new life, a new body. That give you a new start? Blank slate?
Starting all anew is a very broad concept. What exactly do you mean?
Your blood addiction, say. Wondering if your body's the same, if it still remembers. Maybe if you drank now, you wouldn't get hooked.
All addictions are a form of slavery. Re-addiction's not a risk I'm willing to take, just to test a hypothesis about corporeal regeneration and whether propensities carry over.
Fair enough. Curiosity, that's all. Sorry.
Alright, it's a lot of dialogue.
Not to worry, Garalt. Curiosity is a natural reaction under the circumstances, apart from which I've always valued that trait in you.
No,
Gotta ask you the big question. One everyone wonders about. What happens after death?
You wish me to tell you if the human belief in the gods is well-founded? Well, that I do not know. We vampires differ exceedingly from you humans. Our matter, that of which we are composed, can exist without form. We require neither a heart, nor a brain, nor air to breathe.
But were you dead?
As humans understand
Your
death,
mom keeps
yes.
giving me some
Feel
of this stuff.
anything? Understand anything?
Horseback riding is
It's
so-
rather
so
hard to
scary.
explain.
That's what
I felt
scary at,
something
man.
very unsettling.
That's what that is.
Something I cannot even name, for I did no reasoning. Only after rebirth did I begin to understand that what I had felt was cold and unimaginable fear. If not for Detlef, I might have drowned in an eternity of
Oh, you
icy
just didn't go
terror.
to sleep?
Yeah.
Alright. Wow, that was quick.
Can't have been alive then. Sheesh. Experience like that must be vicious.
What are you gonna do?
Indeed, it's hard to compare to
What should I
anything I
wake you
know.
up?
Yet you are aware we don't see death as you do.
Is that nice?
The way you cling to life, we find it entirely peculiar. You are mortals, ergo it's a foregone conclusion. You will die. It's but a question of time. Thus, I often find myself wondering why you try so very hard. To die at 20 years, 40, even 100, what's the difference? They're all but the blink of an eye.
Depends on your point of view. Man who's got 1,000,000 crowns to spend can't possibly understand one who's only got 20.
Very true. One's outlook can indeed change much.
Curious what you did after you were reborn.
As I'm sure you can surmise, at first I was thoroughly absorbed with recovering. As it is, I've still not recovered completely. Yet I was so weak the first year that I could not stand nor move on my own. Detlef bore my
Why?
weakness bravely, showed great patience.
Don't throw
If
it
not
at
for
me.
him, I wouldn't be here.
I don't love it
And
being
I'd have
drowning.
regenerated far slower.
What do you love?
You.
Once I could at last stand unassisted, I set off for Bruges, for my one-time home of Dillingen.
Thank you.
There I led the
Little
peaceful
kid.
life of a
No,
rural
sure,
healer and
nice.
surgeon, enjoying my neighbours' respect and, in fact, constituting the exact opposite of the monstrous vampire the populace imagines.
Bruges, you say? Rebirth make you sentimental?
Perhaps a dash. But what of you? Where have you been?
Oh,
Ever
my
find your
Lord.
Cyrilla?
It's the what?
Back
They're,
then.
they're still talking a
Yeah.
lot.
But we parted again soon after. And when the time was
So
right,
this
she came
Regis
back.
guy, apparently he had
Defeated the
been
Wild Hunt together.
completely destroyed. He was just like a
Ooh.
bloody smear. But
Seems I
somehow
certainly missed quite a
vampires
bit
can
while I was
regenerate each other.
Absent.
True
So they
enough.
came back. So
But it's a
they've been talking
conversation
about
we'll
what's
have another
happened
time.
since then.
Need to know more about you now.
I'm upset.
All right. Give you one question. What do you want to know?
One question to ask one as fascinating as you, Garalt. Cruel parsimony, I'd say, but I shall do my best to make it count. If you were to die and be reborn as I was. In your new life, would you choose to be a Witcher?
See, Regis. Doubt I'd know how to be anything else.
Ever tried?
See, you're determined to get an answer, to find out if I like being a Witcher. Just refuse to ask directly, as always. I like being on the path. I like picking up a lead, a trail. I like the tension right before a fight. And nothing gets my adrenaline flowing like battling a beast. Even gotten used to people treating me like a freak, an outcast. Yeah, not something I think about much, but I like being a Witcher.
Thank you for being honest.
See Witches.
Honesty is an attribute of the
I
truly
mean, I would
brave,
see it, but I
and
don't.
thus a privilege
You know,
of the very
I'm
few.
not sad that I haven't seen either of them.
Still no sign of your winged friend. Sure it understood what you wanted?
Dead certain. Let's wait a bit longer. It'll return soon, don't doubt that for a moment.
And his Brady friend was returned to tell him stuff.
I have Brady friends.
Ever vigilant,
Yeah,
even
what do
in
they
his
bring
sleep.
you?
Quite vampire-like, in
I have a
fact.
food.
Are you absolutely
Frequent
certain they
requests
don't
for
administer a
food.
few of our genes during the trial of the grasses?
Appreciate the compliment. Got something for me?
You were right. No kobolds or mamoons for miles around.
Knew it.
Allow me to finish. You see, there's this spotted white. It haunts an abandoned residence in the Caraberta woods.
Impossible. My brethren hunted down every last spotted white before I was born.
Then it seems you must revise your knowledge of spotted whites. For somehow this one managed to survive your brethren's onslaught. It seems I know this home it haunts. Recall a tale about it. Locals
Videos on
believe
what?
the place cursed. Perhaps that's how the
Yeah, you
white
like those
survived
videos?
entirely unmolested.
Oh,
Look at that vacuum dog.
yeah, it looks awful though.
Can you guys have joy?
Whites rarely appear
From
in the
watching
woods,
disgusting
even less
things?
likely to
No,
find
not
them in
really.
abandoned human homes. They inhabit remote
Disgusting.
wildernesses, old
What the
abandoned
fuck is
cemeteries.
disgusting?
What's your point?
This might not be
I
a
know.
spotted white after all. Your little helper might have made a mistake.
I sincerely doubt it. Ravens are devilishly intelligent creatures, and they've highly developed observational skills.
What exactly did they observe?
The area around the estate, it's covered in...
That's the rug
Spoons.
cleaning video.
Spoons.
Spare me the skeptical smile. I'm but the bearer of this news.
I used to watch both.
Or perhaps this spotted white is a hoarder. Or the spoons are somehow related to the curse.
Know anything else about this curse?
I don't recall much in particular. Really don't attach much importance to such things. It was mentioned to me as an anecdote, no more.
Come on, search your memory. Something, anything could be important.
I believe it had a relation to hunger, or perhaps greed, rapacity. Someone was punished for something.
Textbook definition of a curse, pretty much.
Sorry, Garalt, I try not to clutter my mind with the details of every far-fetched tale I happen to hear. What are your thoughts?
A specimen of a species thought long extinct, and a curse in one place. That a coincidence, or are they related?
Ah, professional curiosity. Personally, I've nothing against you delving into this dilemma, but please remember we need the white's saliva. Nothing beyond that.
Go find a
Let's
spotted
do
white.
this. Start making your decoction while I go get some saliva from that white. Uses it in its brews.
Yeah.
Do you imagine the
Owl?
white will simply sell you some?
No,
Worst case scenario,
a white
I'll bring
like
you a salivary
a
glands.
kind of ghost.
They ought to do as well.
For a moment there, I imagined you asking the white to spit into a vial. Quite amusing as a thought, but the salivary glands will do fine indeed.
Wow, that's
So,
impressive.
See you later.
Yes, till later. I shall start by perusing some tomes.
What?
Tomes? Thought you were gonna make this decoction.
We require one
They're
last
quite
ingredient.
delicious.
Alas, obtaining it could prove a trifle toilsome. Thus, I hope to identify a suitable alternative.
All right. Good luck.
And to you, my friend.
That bad.
Yeah, not really. All right, off to find a spotted light. So, they're done with the dialogue for now. If you have other matters you wish to discuss.
What are you going to talk about?
We could talk about our meeting with the PSL.
Pumpkin spice latte?
The pumpkin spice latte, of course. Otherwise known as the Party for Socialism and Liberation. How did you like it? We went to a book club. We are reading Socialist Reconstruction, which is basically the PSL's grand vision for a version of socialist America that they would like to see. We did some activities, we met a lot of cool people. A lot of cool people.
Somebody's going to be interested in something else.
No, that's not what I said.
People were very cool. I learned a lot.
Not bad.
Yeah, what'd you learn?
Just like other people have the same way of thinking. More than I because I think people's expecting like a negative mindset.
Damn it.
Individuals, but I don't think it does. It celebrates. The people are different and have different skills and have different needs, and that's perfectly fine.
Absolutely. And they were talking a lot about intersectionality and how we may have different struggles under various forms of oppression, but for one thing, solidarity is good. And by making a common cause with one another, we can support each other in all the various causes.
Faster.
And also just, yeah,
Silly bastard.
it shows people that they're not going to be, it's not going to be like, you know, liberation for some, but not for all. Intersectional. So I like that quite a bit.
I just want to make some things. It's very silly.
Why is that silly?
And I won't eat it.
Well, but that's not the entire point of baking, right? Though it's about bringing joy to other people,
Maybe.
about showing your skill and your prowess with stuff.
Regis' raven wasn't lying. Spoons all over the place.
So what would you say was your main thing you learned, your key takeaway?
It's hard to do just a single thing because I think since I'm fairly new to this, I'm going to learn lots of new things all the time, and I think it's probably open to learn.
Strange. Get a sense that the spoons are beating out some kind of rhythm, a message, trying to tell me something.
Oh my yes.
Not at all. I think it's really good.
And I like I just like the mental stimulation of being around other people and crying.
Yeah. It's fun to find people
None
that
shall
think about the
sit
same
and dine
things
with
that
you
do.
at your table.
Yeah.
No spoon you have shall say to you, never again shall you wish to spy your reflection in the mirror. Sounds like a curse, all right. Somebody's clearly obsessed. Regis mentioned the place might be cursed. Can't be a coincidence. Need to look around. What a pigsty. Need to search it thoroughly. Find a way to collect some white saliva. White's obsessed. A real collector. Thoroughbred.
I'm very interested in like the financial benefits of potentially moving to a more socialist thing.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's why you chose the finance group when we did our little breakout sessions.
I mean, I'm just interested in that in general. I think I have a lot of trusted stock in it right now.
So what did your group mates have to say about finance?
Just talk about like student loans and things like that. And like taking out loans, like no one will be able to buy a home. It's like 7 times the rate it was when parents went.
Yeah, I mean, our entire way that we use housing as like an investment vehicle, where homeowners have to have the value of their home go up faster than the rate of inflation. It's just insanity in the long term, because wages are not going up at the rate of inflation.
Right, we don't match.
They lag behind. So that means that every successive generation has a harder and harder and harder time getting into their own housing, unless they just have it given to them by the previous one. But it just doesn't make any sense. It's almost like a Ponzi scheme, in a way. It just keeps screwing over the last people in the door more and more.
You're talking to MLM.
Yeah.
So fun. Sure. Alright. To see it finally like take off. I don't know if it'll happen in my lifetime.
Yeah, that's the thing. We never really know.
But like I'm happy to if it gets things moving. then I can be a helper. Kinda like my job anyway.
Poor girl. Realized she was changing into a monster. Recorded it in her diary. Poignant.
Anyway.
Spoon's incredible. The
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing,
craftsmanship
though. Like, all we
was
can
the
do is
grace to a
really
rich
try.
man's table.
And considering the just ignorance that I encounter online all the time about even what socialism is, it is not. It is not the government doing stuff. It is not social programs. It is
Smashed
not
mirror.
when the government does
Someone
more
couldn't
stuff,
stand to look at themselves.
then it's
The
really
monster.
socialist. And when it does a whole lot of
Journal's
stuff,
author, maybe.
it's communist. It's got very little to do with how much the government does and more about who the government is for. Is it for the businesses or is it for the people, the citizens themselves? Because right now our government is for the businesses. That is their
No spoon
primary
you have shall say to you. Whatever lives here treated them
charge,
literally.
and we're
Still
seeing that
searching for
in
the right
real
spoon.
time with Trump talking about just taking all of Venezuela's oil now that he is
None
kidnapped
shall sit and dine with you at your table.
their
No
president.
spoon you have shall say to you.
He's just saying, now we're
Never
going to take
again
all your
shall you
oil
wish to
because
spy
it
your
belongs to
reflection
us.
in the mirror.
Because they had the audacity to nationalize their oil wells and kick out the American businesses way back when. And somehow it still belongs to them. But this is the government intervening on behalf of private business and directly interfering with a foreign nation, you know.
Skeletons.
Very bizarre
I
that
came
people
here
that
willingly.
claim to
This
believe
have
in
anything to do with
sovereignty
the
and the
curse?
rule of law
None
and
shall
this
sit
and that.
and
They're
dine
just
with
like,
you at your table.
well, whatever, who cares?
It makes sense.
He was a dictator. Well, now Trump's the dictator. Like, literally.
Right on,
He's
bit right off.
threatened the
Teeth all
interim
knocked
leader
out.
of Venezuela,
Somebody tried to force feed him.
saying that if she doesn't play ball, it's going to be even worse for her than it was
Broken
for
neck.
Maduro.
Indentation in the skull's lateral
Um,
surface.
The,
Smacked
that
in the
lady, I
head
don't know
with
if you remember
something
that,
heavy.
that awful right-wing lady in Venezuela who won the Nobel Peace Prize this year.
No.
Trump has said that she does not have the confidence of the people, so she is not going to be the head of Venezuela. So after she begged him to invade, he's now screwing her over because he's afraid that she won't be as good of a puppet as he was hoping. But he surely will appoint some sort of puppet.
No claw or fang marks. Probably choked to
And
death.
what could go wrong? You know, we've only done this like 80 times before. Install our own favored ruler in a
None shall
place
sit and dine with you at your table.
and
no
have the
spoon you have
blowback
shall
be
say to
10
you,
times worse than
Never again shall you wish to spy your
what was happening
reflection in the
before we
mirror.
intervened.
Right.
You know, we created ISIS this way
Woman's name
created
scratched into
Iraq
this
this
wooden
way.
spoon.
because we
Romantic.
armed them to go after Iran.
This is like, this is what we do though.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying it's okay or that I like it.
Yeah, it definitely is America. That is what we have done for generations now.
I wish I could remember what it said in the fucking text. But I listened to the audiobook. But there has to be because I'm a spaz.
I like the audiobook too, though.
The Democrats are just as bad.
Yeah, look at them. Just oh, they're gonna write some letters. Well, Trump did. We appreciate that you got rid of that dictator Maduro, but it wasn't technically illegal what you did. You were very naughty, going ahead without the say so of Congress. So don't do that again, mister. Like, wow, way to stand up to fascism. Utterly spineless Democratic leadership. So the idea that just voting harder in the midterms is going to produce any change, if they're just going to continue this road of appeasement, I just don't see it. I don't know how anyone can be for any of the major parties anymore.
Well,
They've just shown themselves for what they are. The Democrats, they are controlled opposition. They're there to just scold the Republicans, but really they go along with most of the same foreign policies and our fascist imperialist way that we conduct ourselves in the rest of the world.
They take all the big corporate money too.
Exactly, they're just as in bed with corporations. It may be different corporations, but they're very much in bed with the healthcare groups. You know, there's just a big reason they will never push for universal healthcare because they take way too much money from corporate lobbyists in the healthcare industry.
Well, and fucking Hillary and Obama all got paid to shut up about it.
Yep.
And like,
Yep, and Obama had the chance to force it through. He had that supermajority, and what did they force through with that supermajority? I don't know of anything they got. And they ended up with the Affordable Care Act, which sure made sure a few more people were insured, but insurance sucks. So who cares? Like, we have insurance. It sucks. We still pay a lot of money for stuff that like you have genetic conditions that it couldn't possibly be your fault, and you still got to pay for them or die. I didn't choose to have bad eyesight, but here I am, and I have to pay hundreds of dollars for that every year. It's insane that we have to pay to live. Like,
well,
I don't know. When I'm arguing with conservatives who will actually talk to me and not just scream and hurl insults, sometimes I like to give them a line. I believe in the Declaration of Independence. The idea that the life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness should be unalienable rights, right? Kind of hard to say that life is an unalienable right when, whoopsie, I couldn't pay, so now I die. Right? Seems pretty alienable at that point. Seems like anything that lack of money takes away is an alienable right. So without those guarantees of guaranteed healthcare, education, housing, transportation, the basics of life, without those being guaranteed, they are alienable rights, not inalienable. So I try to ask these people if this was good enough for the founding fathers, which they always like to pull up. Why is it not good enough for us now? And I never really have a good answer to that. We usually just pull it. But my hope is that it forms like a grain of sand in an oyster shell, and it keeps working at it at the back of their brain, and eventually they think an original thought that's not just something that they picked up to fill in the gap and feel better about themselves. And I doubt that it ever happens that way, but maybe the people that watch the conversation, that's really my hope, because you never know who's watching the public conversation. Maybe someone was like, oh shit, I didn't think of it that way. That's a good point. I'm going to go re-examine what I believe, or maybe examine it for the first time. Most people just don't examine their own beliefs. The human brain is really anxious and nervous when it has gaps to fill in. And so people that just focus on that anxiousness, they'll just grab onto something that fills that gap. It may not be well thought out, it may not be a coherent thoughts or worldview, but they just shove it in there and then they just set it aside. Like, oh, okay. So, gay and trans people, they're trying to groom the kids. That's because they're evil, right? Okay, well, that's settled then. I don't have to think about that anymore. And anyone that says anything different, I can just call a groomer and a pedo and just be done with it. Okay, got it. So that seems to be the way that most people form their beliefs. either a buddy tells them something and they want to be part of that group, or their pastor or whoever, some culture they want to be a part of and be part of the in group, and so they just go along with it, or they feel really nervous and anxious not having a belief filled in, so they just something that already kind of goes in the direction they were assuming, shove it in there. Doesn't matter if it actually fits or not.
But the what's it fucking called? The current president is a PDF file. And we don't want to address that.
Yeah, more and more egregious accusations keep coming out. Like, if even some of them are true, he is what you would call evil. If you believe in any conception of evil, he would fit it. It's what these women, now many dozens of women, have accused him of. What he's been found guilty of. And it was just civil court, so it doesn't count. Well, they found him guilty of sexual assault. So, yeah, maybe it did not carry criminal penalties. And maybe in the criminal trial, because those trials are very hard to build a body of evidence for, maybe there wasn't enough, but there was enough for the civil trial. So he has been judged a sexual offender. Not to mention, 34-time felon. But because he was president, they imposed 0 consequences.
But he wasn't president at the time he was charged. He was only a candidate.
Is that right? Or had he been president and then he wasn't president and he was running again?
Yeah, but he wasn't actively president.
He wasn't actually president at the time. But yeah, because he had been president, the judge found some reason to be like, well, I don't want to make this big decision and have it come back to haunt me. Well, guilty, but no penalties, because presidential immunity. Well, yeah, we'll go with that. It's spineless.
To them, he's also spineless.
It's really sickening.
I think it's embarrassing.
Yeah. People literally believe that we are the best country on earth. And I have to wonder how.
Key. Sophisticated crafting. Tag bears a description. White's a true collector.
I don't even think it's was.
Yeah.
Spoon. Pretty ordinary. Maybe a little old.
I think the finance thing that was going on, and then even the Democrats and the Republicans could agree. Is it something to do with the 20? Oh wait, I think that is what it was.
What now?
I'm all over the place. Don't listen to me. There we go.
That was okay. Democrats and Republicans tend to agree on things like socialism is bad, capitalism is good, imperialism is just all right with us, and social programs are harmful to people to various degrees, depending on the Democrat.
That would be a conversation I would love to have.
With who?
Democrat. Social programs. How are social programs harmful?
They believe that, well, it causes dependence. You're dependent then on the government
If somebody,
and not dead, so that's bad.
if somebody is legally deaf and blind, and it is substantial lifelong,
Well, sure, that they're not going to say is a bad thing, but just like, you know, Clinton did welfare to work, right?
The Duchess
He
summoned
did away with, he literally did away with our old welfare system of just giving people money when they didn't have enough, and started welfare to work.
I shall be famous one
Because
day, as famous as you.
he was trying to outflank the Republicans, and he did.
Eat, drink. Welcome to the pheasantry.
Spoon like this. When you set a place, where's it go?
My oh my. It seems rather a fanciful bouillon spoon. Or a key of some sort. There's a note here.
Yeah, note led me here. Any idea what the key might open?
Never
Yeah.
seen it before. But
Me
you might
too.
search the cellars. The previous owner left all sorts of knickknacks there.
See you later.
Did you guess, our sweet shining sun?
I think this goes to like reinforce what I already think about. Like, we don't care about the constituents at all.
Only as much as they get them reelected. This is a funny note that I just found in the basement of a bar. Do you want to hear it? It's relevant to what we're talking about. Dear Beauclarios, wake up! You are being diddled in the derriere by the ruling elite, which plays you like fiddles. In broad daylight, they have conspired to deprive you of their rightful heir to your throne. It is the Duke's eldest daughter who should take power after his death. Yet he has fed you far-fetched tales about some curse and forced on you his younger daughter. Do not stand idle, do not tarry, revolt all those who will not allow such treatment of themselves and their fellow subjects. Let them be at the ready. The rightful heiress to the throne might return any moment, and then she shall need our support, a concerned subject. Well, that's not quite where I was hoping it was going, but, you know, always a good thing when a ruling elite gets dethroned. Well, after talking with the PSL people, do you have any more hope that something better could be?
I am cautious.
Sure.
Like, things Zoran shows a lot of promise. I think people will fuck him over.
Yeah. Including his own party, which they've already tried to do.
I don't wish this upon him. I do think he has promise, and I do like that he does talk to the people, the real people. Just, I've been burned too many times.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's fair.
I mean, sometimes I think I would like to run.
What would be your big platform planks?
No more fucking reach arounds.
That's a good start.
If it walks like a duck, barks like a duck, fucking duck.
happened to your head?
No. But I'm not gonna get picked because I'm a woman, and you know, I might get a period.
Oh, jeez.
The big
A
red
smashing
flag.
place.
Whatever, that is how they speak about us.
I don't know.
Eh? Wine by the barrel. Peace and quiet. Lovely views.
What were we talking about now?
I was asking if you had any more help out with talking with people that care about socialism and at least have a plan to do something. Or just reading the vision of the party in general. That's basically what this book, Socialist Reconstruction, is.
And respectfully, I would love to see it happen. I just think it's going to be a
Absolutely it will, and will be beset on all
All
sides.
sson's today.
Democrats will not give up power willingly, Republicans certainly won't. Corporate interests will not. A lot of powerful people want things exactly as they are.
You'll frighten me.
And a lot of people that would do better have been brainwashed into not believing it.
Kicking more breeding ground. Gotta destroy it if they're to disappear for good.
Folks have a lot more patience than I do.
Well, the way I look at it is like, what alternative do we really have? I mean, we can just be nihilistic. We can be like, well, things are going to be screwed no matter what, so I might as well enjoy myself. Live for myself. I don't blame people that come to that conclusion, but that can't be the one that I go for.
As someone who is entering the field of social services myself, I feel very help towards socialism. I would see it.
Exactly.
So, like, it's dismissive of the fact that the systems we are in do oppress people. And to sit there and act like, oh, if you're just determined enough.
Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Which started as a joke. Because literally, tug on your bootstraps. You don't lift up in the air like a cartoon character.
I think that's how harmful. I don't know if you've noticed this, but I have
Come on.
whether they are doing it intentionally or not, tend to subscribe to wishful thinking.
I did. I thought we were going to say more about that. Yes, I do too. Oh, I just work, hope for the best. It's stupid. But really, that's what people say when they don't know what to say. And even if you're giving them answers like, oh, well, how about this? How about this? No, that's not real. No, could never get behind that. Oh, I don't know about that. Even people at that meeting, be like, oh, dictatorship of the proletariat? I don't know how that sounds. It's like you're just focusing on the one part of it, the dictatorship, not who actually is in control, which is the proletariat, meaning the people, the everybody.
You, the labor, should probably have more say.
Yeah.
How the labor is done.
Yeah, and how profits are distributed.
Mm-hmm. And we were that heard about like shareholders and things like that. I feel like you could even have a way to do it under socialism. If you were really
Well, yes, you actually can, in a worker-owned cooperative, have non-voting shares that you can sell. If you want to do finance that way.
Two more breeding ground. Gotta destroy it if they're to disappear for good.
just lots of silly little things that people really get hung up.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's a saying in leftist spaces that it is easier to imagine the end of the world than it is to imagine the end of capitalism. I think that's pretty true. The American people are some of the most indoctrinated people on the planet. Like, you take the positions of the Social Democrats, which I think are pretty mild. Let's have some more social programs so that people that don't have it as good can get a leg up. We can mitigate the worst effects of capitalism. These are pretty middle of the road in many parts of the world, as they should be. Like maybe even center right. But in America, they just it's how do you pay for it? Which is like, well, with taxes, like what do you want taxes to go to other things than just literally helping people? Or you just don't want any taxes because you're a businessman, or you've been convinced that somehow $1,000 extra a year is going to matter to you as a worker, instead of whatever that social service was, which would save you way more.
What they don't realize is like, let's just jump right in. Rural homelessness issue, right? People stand on the street.
Yeah, they just want the problem to go away.
Well, if you gave them housing, you wouldn't be on the street anymore.
No, they've been convinced that it's a moral failing. They're on the street because they're weak and they got addicted to drugs, and then they ended up crazy and on the streets. And there's just nothing really to be done. You know, charities about as much as they deserve. And if we help them, then they'll have no incentive to help themselves. As if it's just like a hobo's paradise living on the street, never knowing if the cops are going to come and beat you up or harass you, or literally take all of your stuff and throw it in a dumpster. Or be beaten up by anyone walking by. Like, people are just like, you know, I would get a job, but man, this life is just so good. This is Easy Street. Smelling like garbage. Having everyone look away from you in shame and disgust.
Having no items of value because...
Yeah, because they would be stolen, or you might lose them in one way or another because you have no security. Knowing lots of people probably that have died from drug overdoses or lack of medical attention or just being exposed to the elements or any number of things. Yeah, that sounds like a real great life. And really, if that doesn't incentivize people to get off the street, maybe it's not about incentives after all. Maybe it's about lack of access. Just a thought.
Well, not everybody starts in the same place.
No, everyone gets the same stuff. You know, everyone that I knew growing up got the same stuff. People are very myopic to their own experiences. They assume that whatever they've experienced, everyone has experienced. And they kind of just gloss over stuff like when their parents gave them a big loan so they could buy a car and get to work. When their parents intervened and paid for their rent. When the bank decided they were creditworthy and gave them a loan to start a business. Because they never have had to go into debt because they've always had support. Like, it's real easy to just gloss over things and pretend that I've had it okay so everyone else can.
No, maybe the Predator Lab is something special. Talking to people who are different than you because they're scary.
Yep. Why does Piper want to be with these weirdos here? Why don't they want to be like our friends and everyone we know?
Granny chills.
Somebody. This is like a silly analogy, but that's all I think.
Beaver booger me.
Me oh my! A witch
it's a heavy dialogue situation you're in.
No, I'm just going around slaying monsters at the moment.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, that's fine.
like, at the thing this week, one of the people
Taking more breeding ground. Gotta destroy it if they're to disappear for
rather
good.
than putting myself right up at the board, because I didn't easily move to more than one place, I moved to the back.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think that that's more fair to the other person in my group who can't reach as easily
Sure.
the same distance as
Makes sense.
I don't see it as a deficit. I don't think that it's here they get to be up next to the board, blah blah blah.
Uh-huh.
This makes sense. I have an advantage.
Yeah.
I should let this person
It's 2H.
because then they have just as good of access.
Right. It is from each according to their ability. You have the ability to move back and still get just as much out of it. And to each according to their need. They needed something that you didn't.
Right.
That's okay.
And then hopefully I may lose my vision at some point in my life.
It's not out of the question.
I resources out there so that I can still function and access the world.
For sure.
I need them now. If others need them, do I think they should get them?
Yeah. You're pretty simple.
Understand why it's such a hard thing for people to understand.
Just a certain type of person that really has a problem with people getting any different treatment at all. Like, resent handicap parking stalls because, well, they take up all the best spots. And, like, maybe my feet hurt sometimes. Or they resent the idea of
You're such beauty!
just any number of accommodations.
Please tell me I didn't know if it was
Beautiful death!
It was. I'm trying to figure out who these people are. Any accommodations at all? Oh, you have ADHD. You shouldn't be anything different than me. Like, I have to take the test. Why should you
get more time to take
get more time to take it? People resent it. Oh, I had to work really hard. Why do you think that you should deserve food?
Yeah, I figured it'd be funny if we just started Shifting by needs, people's need, wants, and then still see who's slumming. If that's even a thing. Like,
It wouldn't be.
no, but like,
I guarantee people are not just going to sit around and take the bare minimum. A very small majority might, or minority, my mistake.
Any
Very
last
small minority
words?
might.
You gave me the hiccups.
You saved my life. I shall
But-
never forget it.
Like,
All boats.
so what? If that's the cost of everyone actually
Thank you for
getting
saving my life.
what they need, so be it. That doesn't seem so bad.
I thank you for saving my life.
yeah, but think about how people are. It's, everybody thinks that they're so special. I don't know. I feel like the hyper individual mentality has harmed us more than it's helped.
I would agree. Absolutely. Because that also keeps people from working together towards things like unionizing. Oh, you'll do better just bargaining on your own, because that makes a hell of a lot of sense. Almost any enterprise can lose one person and it'd be okay. But almost all enterprises, if they lost all or close to all of their workforce, would be in a big bind. Especially if they made trouble for people that tried to replace them. So the idea that individual bargaining is more powerful, or you don't need a union, think of it, you could buy an Xbox with the money you'd save from union dues. Employers literally say this kind of crap, and it actually convinces some people. Like, well, yeah, I guess I could buy an Xbox.
Yeah, but if you also got paid a better wage,
You could buy several. Oh, they're just in it for themselves. They just want to collect union dues and not do anything. Well, how about you actually research the union then before you make your decision? See what they've done. See what sort of wages and benefits increases they have gotten for their members.
I'm sure they're not all the same. I'm sure there are differences and some run better than others.
Absolutely. And some are probably corrupt too. You know, there probably is a lot of money in running a union. But that doesn't mean that they all are, and that doesn't mean that they aren't also giving you a lot of benefits, even if they work there.
Clothes and stuff.
Sure.
And even there, they don't even unionize all the like union. But the social workers aren't invited to the union, the nurses aren't invited to the union.
Yeah. There's different rules about who can be a part of it. And I think that also is by design.
Probably scared to let the social workers in because
I think it just has to do with unionizing rules.
I was kidding.
No, but I know what you mean.
Brothers, let us kill! Let us murder! Death comes for you this day.
One little margarita, and now my face is so red. Not funny.
Oh, come on. That's a little fun.
Birthday margaritas.
Yeah. When was your birthday?
October 13th. Whatever. That's not anything the whole problem.
I can do both.
I didn't ask what you could do. You ready to go back to work?
Yeah. I am.
See how it is. Yeah, it's been healthy. You.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. So hurtful.
Is that at all what I said? Try again.
Ooh.
How you like that silver?
What other forget trying to
Trying to what?
when we worked at it.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. Let's change the topic.
Okay, that's fine.
This isn't going anywhere.
That's fine.
Walking there.
We're just slow talking. Like, I remember that time when we were working. Okay. Okay. What time?
My phone. We're still talking.
So, what do you want to talk about then?
I don't know. Just anything that.
Oh my god. No.
Engaging you in conversation might be one of the hardest things that I ever.
You're not saying anything.
Are you kidding?
You're just like, oh, let's change the subject. Let's just change the subject.
I'm gonna need a freaking bobcat if I have to continue carrying everything all the time.
Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, a little preoccupied. I have asked you a bunch of questions too, okay? So don't even try. Don't even try.
My favorite word.
Yeah. Yeah. In the air right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know where can I go next?
I can guess.
Yeah, where?
I wouldn't know. Actually. Most stressful man.
Yeah.
Am I though?
Yeah, actually you are.
Am I though?
Well, everybody else could deal with you.
Everyone got to deal with it.
Huh?
Everybody's got to deal with it.
You're dealing with something else here real soon.
Yeah? What's that?
You're not ready.
Oh, I'm not ready, huh?
Thou shalt not fucking try me. You sit there and laugh.
I don't know what else to do.
I'm afraid for my review.
I didn't need an adult.
What?
Nothing. Oh, it's a game. It's a fun game, not doing what you wanted.
Catch.
I'm about to.
Yeah, you're about to catch my hands.
Yeah, am I?
Yeah. Whole fucking level for an hour. Did I beat it? No. I think the PhD program is talking to yourself. I would have.
Would you now?
Yeah. I would. Mostly what I do.
Don't talk to yourself. I don't know what to say about your level. That sounds awful. You should quit the game.
Is that eau de cadaver you're wearing?
Sorry, it's a lot to switch my attention from back and forth.
I know. Next time I'm just gonna see the other room. This is exhausting for me to have to.
So sorry. Maybe if you're actually watching the game and like engaged in what I was doing, you'd be just...
Chair.
Yeah.
I told you this a million times.
That's fine. That's your choice then.
You want to sit in the crappy chair?
No, I don't.
You don't want to sit.
I don't want to sit in a crappy chair. You're right.
Do you not understand the point that I'm trying to make?
You understand the point that you're trying to make. It's so crystal clear. I don't know. Something about chairs and choices, and you're not willing to do it. So that's fine. The crappy chair, it's a chair that I've used for years, but you know, it's not good enough. The chair that you in fact bought me because it was like supposed to be so great for gaming, all that jazz.
Did I not ask for your input? Did I not run it?
I didn't say you didn't. I didn't say you didn't. But like to say that to act like it's the worst chair ever manufactured is a bit of a stretch.
Also, are
All
you
I'm saying.
the same person?
Yes.
Oh, we are.
Yeah, basically.
Cool. What was it called?
Two becomes one.
Great.
Whatever.
Don't play with me. Funny.
You think he's a comedian over here?
Just a heads up, after I finish this round, I'm gonna be going to brush my teeth.
That's totally fine.
And then, you know what that means.
Yeah, you can start playing the music. That means I gotta leave.
Yeah, the music that you don't understand.
Oh, you know what the music means. Do, 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 do. Is that what you just start playing me off?
It wouldn't matter.
Wow.
Every night, actually, 9 o'clock.
Such niceties.
It is truth and keys.
It's true. She says.
Why do you think it's funny? Well, because none of these words gets to bed at 10.
Oh my goodness.
Do we know how a clock works?
No.
Obviously. From the moon. Oh.
Okay.
Why hasn't it flat? This is probably how mattresses get fucked up. It's probably part of a whole damn scheme.
Part of Big Mattress's plan.
Feel like a girl thing?
I don't know.
No.
It's dumb. Okay. Really? Where's that coming from? Well, that got him there. I know I'm supposed to want to fight all those dudes, but what really is the reason? Couldn't tell. Obviously, they're taking over a bunch of lands over here. Guess that's bad. Maybe. But also, I am not a police, and I have no personal control with them, so I'm just to see. Damn. Monster Den on the other hand. Alright, this time we're gonna do it right. Meditate. How do I tell you that? And then we're gonna put on our black blood right away. He's going vampire hunting. Chance. Only good for a little bit. Hopefully. I think I'll just save it for to wallow. I've been big on the decoctions. See it to work out. Or it's just it's too much. Almost dead. This is disappointing. This is disappointing. Oh, you went down hard for that one. I'm not even entirely sure why. Let's see how many more of these dudes we have to fight. Hopefully it's not moving. Alright. Oh boy, big old diary. Fabulous cave, you won't regret it. Yeah, this is it. You know, great porters, no monsters. Tomorrow, set out for forest. Oh, this must be the ruins, right? No. It's too much to read right at the moment. So was it just one vampire this time? Because I slaughtered him before as he was trying to call for others? I'm not done. There might be another route. Oh yeah, some magic barrier up there. to get up there? What's the real question? It seems to be a really clear path over there. What's going on? Why does he know when to get up there? Doesn't make a lot of sense. I guess we can go. Ooh, this is quite bizarre. Let's see where I need to go. No, yeah, that is definitely something we're supposed to check out. Well, well, well.
What you doing here, buddy?
Trying to figure out how to get on top of a ledge.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how to do it.
You know what time it is?
Yes. Know what time it is. Yeah, I'll fight demons.
I fight demons, I don't know what time.
Yeah. What time it right now to fight demons?
Well, right now we're supposed to be.
What are we supposed to be doing?
What was that?
What are we supposed to be doing?
Yeah, you know.
Wow. It's all my fault.
Yeah, that conversation 20,000 times.
No,
Really?
really.
At least 4 in the last week.
Oh my goodness. You are not. You hate staying up.
I like seeing how my dog is just sleeping.
Oh my god. Your boundary is respected. Not a boundary.
Mhm.
That's not a boundary.
Think I want to go to bed at 9?
Yeah.
That's the boundary?
No, because you are allowed to go to bed. See, but you can't put a boundary around me. That's the thing. If your boundary involves me going to bed, then it's not a boundary. It's an expectation.
Thanks.
Uh-huh. I'm winding you down. When I finish with this, I will be done. I am listening.
But I cannot.
honey dumpling. After a feat like that, I've half a mind to kiss you.
I'm going to save with my hands. What's your stones?
All right. So next time, pick it back up. However, let's say that like let's stay closer. And we'll continue on with our vampire extravaganza. But in the meantime, thank you all for joining. Thanks, Amanda, for being on. She's just gonna stick her tongue out at me, so I can't say I'm surprised.
Bye, everybody.
Should be on Tuesday. We'll be doing more Witcher. It's kind of what I've really been enjoying this side quest here into Toussaint. So that's what I'll be doing. And someday we'll get a new chair for the lovely Amanda so she can make her return to stage and screen. You know, be more part of the action. Okay, nothing for Amanda.
What am I supposed to say?
I don't know. Anything would be good, but
Get it together.
get it together. All right. I guess a new chair investment is in our future. But until that, actually not until that time. Before that time, I'll see you all again. So have a lovely evening. Lovely rest of your weekend. And see you Tuesday. Goodbye.